Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, May 5th. I'm Markins. Welcome to your weekly market wrap up in just plain English, something you can actually understand. Just what happened and what it means to your family. Let's get into it. US equities rallied 19% since bottoming out on March 30th, pushing to a new time high, fueled by AI enthusiasts, strong earnings across the AI supply chain. 9 straight weeks of gains. May was record-setting, no question about it. We told you on Monday that June would be the test. So this week definitely proved that June's test is actually upon us. This week, here's the day by day. Monday, markets started June cautiously, but ended in the green. So S&P 500 climbed to 7,500 plus the Dow gained. Tech and energy led solid start to the month. Tuesday, S&P 500 crossed 7,600 for the first time ever. Dow hit 51,000. Marvel Technology surged 25% after NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang called it the next trillion-dollar company. That's one comment from one CEO moving a stock 25% in one day. That's the market right now. Just be aware of this. Wednesday, oil dropped nearly 10% on Iran ceasefire hopes. Bond yields fell, markets rallied broadly. When oil drops, your family feels it at the pump, at the grocery store, on your utility bill. So on Thursday, plot twist. Broadcom reported earnings and left its full-year AI chip targets unchanged, disappointing investors who expected more. Broadcom shares tumbled in those digits. So CrowdStrike also dropped after earning, really disappointing overall for all the investors. Here's the thing, the Dow surged 875 points, so brand new record high on the same day. United Health, 5%, Goldman Sachs, nearly 5%, JP Morgan, 5%, all up. The market's rotating out of tech into healthcare, financials, the real economy, stocks. That's a significant shift worth watching. Okay, this week's top 5 numbers. Number 1, Iran and oil. That's the leader. A report by Axios said U.S.-Iran negotiators reached an agreement on a 60-day memorandum to extend the ceasefire and launch nuclear negotiations. So oil drops on that, 10% for your family. That means potentially relief at the gas pump. And grocery stores are a little bit cheaper this week, but the deal isn't done and final, so watch it closely. The number 2 thing is Broadcom. Broadcom's disappointing AI chip guidance since its shares tumbling down to double digits on Thursday, dragging the entire chip sector with this news. This matters because AI chips have been driving the whole market rally. When the leaders stumble like this, everything seems to feel it. Number 3, Marvel's technology. Marvel surged 25% after NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang called it the next trillion-dollar company at the Computex conference in Taiwan. One comment, 25% in one day. This is why chasing the individual stocks is dangerous game for most families. Number 4, the Dow rotation. The Dow hit a brand new all-time high Thursday while NASDAQ fell. Healthcare, financials, consumer stocks led the way. When money rotates out of tech into these sectors, it tells you investors are getting defensive. They're looking for stability. That's worth paying attention to, most definitely. So, and today, June 5th, today's jobs report, May non-farm payrolls dropped at 8:30. This morning, economists expect 75,000 jobs added from 115,000 in April. Actually, this is needed to be watched. So even a slower number doesn't mean disaster, but this number sets the tone for Fed policy, interest rates, and your borrowing costs for the next 30 days. Definitely worth watching. So here's a big picture. Here's what this week told us about the economy right now. Schwab's mid-year look highlighted the rise in energy costs, low negative wage growth, weak savings as key challenges. Earnings are driving the bull market, but leadership is narrow and concentrated in AI, and inflation remains pretty sticky. So what does that really mean for your family? Wall Street's doing great. Main Street, us, is feeling the squeeze. Those two things are happening at the same time right now because oil prices still high, even with this week's drop in inflation, still at a 3-year high. Real wages actually falling when you account for inflation, meaning your paycheck buys less today than it did last year. That's pretty much it. Yet the Dow Jones is at an all-time high. Records don't pay your mortgage if your income stops, right? Records at Wall Street, while they're doing great, they don't protect your kids, your family, if something happens to you. You know, the Wall Street records don't replace your paycheck. This week, we had records and a tech sell-off and an Iran deal and no Iran deal and a job report all in 5 days. That's the market every week. Unpredictable, fast-moving, impossible to time perfectly. So, you know, the families who navigate this stuff without panic aren't lucky. They made 3 decisions before the chaos started. Okay, number one thing, they protected their income with life insurance, disability insurance. So if something happens, no matter what it is, their family doesn't lose everything. They can live in that house. Okay, number 2, they built an emergency cushion, 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash, not invested cash. So when the market drops, you don't have to sell off any of your stocks. 3, they stopped trying to predict the market and built a plan that works, whether the Dow is up 875 or drops 875. That's what we build here at Prospirion. So next week, here's what to watch next week. Next week, we have to look at the jobs number, which is going to be set this morning. It'll set the tone. If it comes in weak, rates cut, hopes come back. Markets could rally. If it comes in strong, Fed stay cautious, market could pull back. So, and then next is the Iran deal. Watch this over the weekend. Any progress sends oil and markets higher on Monday morning. Any breakdown sends oil back up and markets are going to be lower. Tech rotation is money moving permanently out of AI stocks into healthcare and financials. So in closing, that's your week. Records, tech sell-off, Dow all-time high, Iran progress, oil drop in, job report this morning. Stay informed, stay calm, and make sure your family has a plan that does not depend on what happens in today's job market numbers or on Wall Street. 15-minute call on prospirion.com/calendar. No pitch, no pressure. Just real conversation about where your family stands right now so that you know where you need to go. Have a great weekend, everyone. And remember, always remember, the market has its weeks. Make sure your family has its plans. See you next time.